So a man in Arizona died after eating aquarium cleaner you put in your fish tank. But somehow, over at CNN and at the New York Times, this means Trump is bad. And we'll tell you how they made that connection. Sad story from Arizona. A man died and his wife was gravely injured after they apparently tried to self-medicate against coronavirus after taking chloroquine phosphate at home. Now, they didn't take the drug the president has talked about on television, that we've talked about quite a bit on this show. Instead, they ate aquarium cleaner. Nobody suggested they do this. It didn't matter. CNN said, it was Trump who killed them.
A game changer. That is how President Trump describes the anti-malarial drug chloroquine. It's now one of 69 drugs being investigated as potential treatment against coronavirus. The problem, it has not yet been approved. And in Arizona, one man has died after an apparent attempt to self-medicate with that drug.
So CNN never mentioned that it was in fact a different drug and the guy ate fish tank cleaner. They didn't tell their viewers that. That's not journalism, it's lying. Others know better. NBC News, BuzzFeed, the New York Times, among others, all suggested it was the president's fault that a guy ate aquarium cleaner. Again, a different drug with a similar name. Dr. Mark Siegel is Fox Medical contributor to this show and to the whole channel. We're always happy to have him on. Good to see you, doctor. So without even getting into the politics of it, which strike me as a total distraction, I mean, should we be hopeful in any sense? Is there news on hydroxychloroquine tonight?
There must be a reason to be hopeful about it because it's being used all over the world. It's being used in the University of Washington Medical Center. It's being tested in Minnesota. New York State has now brought in a ton of hydroxychloroquine, which is different than what this man took, by the way, as you already said. That was chloroquine phosphate, which is an aquarium cleaner. The thing the president is talking about is a relative of chloroquine called hydroxychloroquine. And you had, Tucker, last night, the head of the FDA on, who said something brilliant. I put on my clinician hat, he said, meaning I'm a doctor. I'm looking across the table at a patient, or in these days, telemedicine to a patient. And I'm saying, you know, what are your symptoms? What are your risks? How severe? What do I think is going to happen to you? And then I know that I have this drug available that may not be FDA approved for that reason, but we use things off-label all the time, and I may have nothing else to offer him, and I may know that this drug has been used safely. And I'm talking about hydroxychloroquine now with a Z-Pak has been used safely for many, many people. Here's the other thing I know, Tucker. I know that I'm not going to give it to somebody with the heart arrhythmias. I'm going to consult a cardiologist because it can cause prolongation. That's something I know as a doctor. President Trump never said doctors shouldn't be in the loop here.
So here, we need a medical treatment for this pandemic. Here is a promising avenue.
Exactly.
No one's saying it's a panacea, but there's promise, and the media are saying it's a conspiracy theory just because Trump mentioned it. That's really, really sick. It's really the wrong approach. It's wrong.
Completely agree with you. And why would hospitals be giving it to sick patients if it wasn't something promising? New York State's bringing it in tonight. Absolutely.
But he's incapable of that. Dr. Siegel, thank you.